in my case, in my journey, initially before I met you, before I got to you, one of the first doctors that I went to didn't even mention that I had Hashimoto's. I had to learn that on my own. As you know, I learned how to read my own lab work. And he was just giving me Synthroid. So is it a one protocol serve all? Does that work?
So no, people have very different immune systems. They bring different genetics to the table. They bring different ancestral backgrounds, different blood types, and lots of different lifestyle habits. So one size does not fit all. And I taper my protocols to every patient. Everyone is on a very different protocol. A lot of them have some basic things in common. And one of the most important things that the protocol does have in common is gut repair. And as you pointed out, the gut is going to always be connected to all autoimmune diseases. If you don't have a healthy gut and the gut lining is not nice and quiet and happy, and if it is inflamed, you will eventually, somewhere down the line, develop some sort of autoimmune disease or some sort of intolerance to things that you eat, or you can develop like chronic allergies, and even things just as subtle as chronic fatigue. Because if you have leaky gut, you have a leaky brain because they're connected. And so the leaky brain is fatigue and brain fog and anxiety, things like that.
And how does, because I wanted to go talk about that, how does an autoimmune affect our mental health?
Well, this is such a huge, important topic because there's been such a rapid rise in chronic illness. And it's not just about the symptoms, but it's about the mental health and how this affects your mental health. And it's so simple and easy to say, oh, everybody has mental health issues, but there's a lot of ways to address it and a lot of things that can help. And so you want to look at the root cause for changes in mental health. And a lot of it stems from issues with the gut and issues with autoimmune diseases. So you really want to dig deep for those root causes because those are fixable. And then there's a downstream domino effect for the rest of your health. So if you can get to some of those real basic things, you can fix a lot of other things because they're definitely connected. Hashimoto's is a very, very common thyroid illness. It's an autoimmune illness where your body attacks your thyroid. And your thyroid can go up and down for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, you can have symptoms all over the place. You can feel hyperthyroid or hypo.
Yes.
The function changes and it gets very inflamed. And people can have fatigue, constipation.
Oh, I had that chronically. Yes. And I had depression too. And I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that's one of the main issues. People don't realize it. They can be chronically depressed, and just something as simple as fixing your thyroid can help you. And I love doing that because it's pretty gratifying to see people.
What are the other symptoms that manifest with Hashimoto's?
So with Hashimoto's, people can sometimes feel pain in their neck, sometimes pain in the throat, weird stabbing pains.
Yes, I had that.
You can have some swelling or fullness around the neck. Depression, fatigue, mental fatigue, problems with concentration, problems thinking through things clearly, problems paying attention. The gut slows down. You can't have nice normal bowel movements if you don't have a normal thyroid function. And then your hair can fall out. You can have swelling. People can have like peripheral swelling in their extremities.
I had all of those. Check.
All of it. In the old days, they would call it myxedema psychosis. When you had super low thyroid, they thought people were psychotic.
We're making it up.
So they would have swelling and be crazy, but it wasn't their fault.
Now, why is it more common in women than in men, Hashimoto's, even though men can also suffer from
Yeah.
thyroid disease?
So we really don't know the actual reason why autoimmune diseases are 4 to 5 times more common in women than they are in men.